Somewhere in the frozen spine of the northern wilderness, where the wind carves ice into razor edges and the cold alone can kill you by morning, a mountain lion is about to make the last mistake of its hunting career. This is not a story about the biggest predator winning. It is not a story about speed or stealth or the clean mechanics of a textbook ambush. What you are about to witness is something far more unsettling. A demonstration of what pure, uncompromising ferocity looks like when it is backed into a corner and given absolutely nothing left to lose. In the next 10 minutes, 3 things will happen that will permanently change the way you think about this animal. First, you will watch a seasoned apex predator commit a catastrophic error in judgment, one that hunger and arrogance made inevitable. Second, you will understand why a creature half the size of a lion can fight with energy that defies every biological law of proportion. And third, you will witness a single, decisive move, cold, calculated, and merciless, that turns a losing fight into a moment of absolute dominance. The mountain lion will survive this encounter, but it will carry the consequences for the rest of its life. This is the Wolverine's last move, and it is the kind of thing nightmares are built from. 3 days. That is how long the mountain lion has gone without a meaningful kill. The deer have migrated to lower elevation. The smaller prey have gone deep into their burrows. The cat is burning reserves it cannot afford to lose, and hunger, real, sustained hunger, is one of the most dangerous cognitive impairments in the animal kingdom. It narrows focus, it inflates confidence, it makes a 35-pound animal look from a distance like a manageable opportunity. The mountain lion watches for 20 seconds and makes its decision. What it cannot read from that distance, what it has no framework to interpret, are the scars. The wolverine's back is a topographic map of previous violence. Each ridge of healed tissue represents an encounter with something larger that tried to end her and failed. Wolves, a young bear that learned its lesson and moved on. A previous territorial dispute with another predator that left marks on both animals and a clear winner. Those scars are a resume, and the mountain lion cannot read it. The gulo, the wolverine, is the largest terrestrial member of the Mustelidae family, a lineage that has been producing efficient, fearless predators for millions of years. What evolution delivered in the wolverine specifically is almost paradoxical in its design. A body averaging 35 pounds, short-legged and barrel-chested, built for endurance over distance in deep snow, equipped with semi-retractable claws that grip ice like crampons, and powered by jaws capable of generating enough force to splinter the frozen femur of a full-grown elk. Its skull is reinforced, its skin is extraordinarily loose and tough, allowing it to twist and reposition inside another animal's grip. And critically, almost uniquely among mammals its size, it appears to lack any functional fear response towards larger predators. The mountain lion closes the gap in 4 bounds and bites down across the wolverine's back, fully expecting the small animal to collapse and go still. Instead, what it receives is immediate, escalating, total counter-aggression. The wolverine does not cry out. It does not attempt to flee. It twists inside the mountain lion's own grip with a speed that seems to violate its compact body's geometry, and it begins fighting back with the focused intensity of an animal that has never, in its entire evolutionary history, been shaped by the instinct to surrender. The cat tightens. The wolverine twists harder. Blood appears, and it is not only the wolverines. The mountain lion has not caught prey. It has walked directly into a trap it built for itself. There is a reason this particular wolverine is fighting at a frequency that goes beyond ordinary self-preservation. 30 meters behind the hollow log, in the darkness beneath those spruce roots, something irreplaceable is sleeping. 3 kits, born 14 days ago. They have only just opened their eyes. They cannot regulate their own body temperature. They cannot hunt, flee, or defend themselves from anything. They exist entirely within the radius of their mother's protection, and that mother is currently pinned in the snow beneath 120 pounds of panicked mountain lion. This is the engine driving every impossible decision she is making right now. We have seen this dynamic surface across the animal kingdom in some of nature's most staggering displays of courage. A mother leopard absorbing claw strike after claw strike to keep her body between a predator and her cub. An eagle mantling her wings over her chicks while a serpent strikes repeatedly at her chest. A hippo charging an entire pride of lions to recover a calf already in their jaws. Maternal drive does not negotiate with physics. It suppresses pain signaling. It overrides fatigue. It recalibrates the threshold between acceptable risk and necessary sacrifice in ways that make ordinary courage look cautious by comparison. The wolverine is operating in exactly that register. Every bite she absorbs, she answers with coordinated, targeted aggression. She is not fighting randomly. She is working the cat's face, directing her strikes toward the soft tissue around the eyes, the sensitive skin of the muzzle, the ears. She releases and repositions in fractions of a second, making herself impossible to pin with any consistency. The cat attempts to use its weight advantage to press her down and suffocate her, a technique that has ended dozens of its previous hunts cleanly and efficiently. Each time it tries, she finds a gap and exploits it with frightening precision. The mountain lion is now bleeding from 5 distinct wound sites. Its breathing has changed, shorter, more effortful. The clean, confident predator that spotted an easy target 12 minutes ago is beginning to experience something unfamiliar and deeply destabilizing: the creeping biological recognition that it is not winning this encounter. That recognition, once it takes root, is difficult to reverse. But the wolverine has not yet played her final card. For one terrible moment, the outcome looks settled. The mountain lion reads the position correctly and commits its full weight downward, both paws pinning the wolverine's shoulders into the snow. This is a proven finishing technique. It has worked against mule deer, against smaller carnivores, against nearly every animal this cat has contested. The wolverine's legs are moving but finding no purchase. Her body is compressed into the frozen ground. From any objective vantage point, this should be the end. The wolverine stops moving. Not from exhaustion, not from shock. She goes still with a quality of focused, deliberate calm that is almost more frightening than the violence that preceded it. She is thinking, or doing whatever the wolverine's version of thinking is, and she is waiting for a single, specific moment. The mountain lion, reading the stillness as capitulation, shifts its weight fractionally forward to reposition its jaw grip and finish the kill. That shift, that one small transfer of momentum, is what she has been waiting for. Inside the pin like a spring releasing. Her jaws find the underside of the mountain lion's throat, the trachea, the jugular complex, the precise anatomical coordinates that every predator in the northern hemisphere instinctively guards, and she locks down with the full force of a bite that has cracked frozen elk bone like dry wood. She does not bite and release. She holds. The mountain lion enters full panic. It rolls, it rakes with its rear claws, it throws its body sideways with every gram of its remaining strength. The wolverine moves with it, a compact, immovable anchor welded to the cat's throat, adjusting her grip only to tighten it. The cat's movements lose coordination progressively, oxygen restriction and blood loss compounding each other in a rapidly closing window. The predator that arrived with total confidence is now fighting purely to breathe. The hunter has become the hunted. Silence returns to the mountain, sudden and absolute. The mountain lion is alive, but only because the wolverine released it. The cat carries deep lacerations across its face, a torn ear, puncture wounds along the throat that stopped measurably short of catastrophic, and an injury to its left shoulder that will affect its gait for months. It moves into the forest without looking back. It will not return to this territory. That instruction has been written into its nervous system in a language immune to forgetting. The wolverine does not pursue. She stands at her territorial boundary and reads the tree line with complete attention for nearly 4 full minutes. Only when she is satisfied does she turn toward the den. She moves with a pronounced list, wounds on her flank, her back, one rear leg that she tests carefully with each step. She will address them, but first she counts the kits. She pushes her nose against each small, warm body in the dark of the den until it shifts and responds. 1, 2, 3. All 3. She curls herself across the entrance and does not move again until morning. This is nature's raw arithmetic, delivered without ceremony or sentiment. Strength is a resource, size is a resource, but the absolute refusal to accept a terminal outcome. The mountain lion wanted to survive this fight. The wolverine simply never considered any alternative. In the wild, it is your last move that defines everything that came before it. Was that the most extraordinary act of raw defiance you have ever seen play out in the natural world? If you believe the wolverine has earned its place as the true, undisputed sovereign of the northern wilderness, hit that like button and subscribe, because what is coming next will push that conviction even further. Drop your answer in the comments below. If you came face to face with any predator in the wild, which one would genuinely stop you cold? Join the pack. The next encounter is already waiting.